Ready? Her tongue by yeah.
We're going. We're ready. We're live.
We're on, bro. I'm over here singing that Elton John. Y'all heard that shit?
It's
been out for like a year. The Dua Lipa Elton John.
So I've heard it, but I haven't heard it. You know, I haven't gotten in in tune with myself. You know.
Yeah.
I haven't taken a road trip and had a good cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's not really good. It's kind of upbeat, man.
Dude, Elton John is a cry. You know, anything that's Elton John, dude, it'll get you in touch with your emotions real quick. Dude, dude, you're gonna be out here, feeling some kind of way.
It gets me in tune with her tongue by yeah. That's all I keep saying. It's like stuck in my head. I can't get the shit out of it.
I mean,
Dua Lipa.
Elton John, kudos to him for still making music. Because what is he, like 100 or something? Like 75 or some shit?
Something like that. Nah, they're on it, yeah.
I mean,
that's a hell of a collab, though. I mean, that song's been out for like a year, and I can't stop listening to it.
Is it really a collab, though?
I don't know if it's a remix, a collab, or whatever.
Just take like lyrics from him.
Only thing I know is Dua Lipa comes in, it's got a hot beat, and then every once in a while Elton John comes in and is like, her tongue by yeah.
Oh, so they just probably clipped it. They chopped and screwed it.
Yes, I don't know. It's
not even technically. I mean, they just took an old probably lyric from him.
Something like that. Yeah.
Dude, so you've been out. So we've been out 3 weeks now. So welcome back.
Thanks, man. It's been a minute, bro.
You went to Vegas. You had the big conference out there, commercial conference.
Yeah.
Invite only. You guys were the local firm that went out there, so that's pretty cool.
Well, the conference wasn't invite only, but the party we were at was the invite only thing. You know, the Maryland party.
Well, I mean, listen.
But yeah, I get it.
My brain's noodle. It's Monday.
I got you. Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, everything runs together at this point. So tell me about it. How was it, man?
It's good, man. It's the Super Bowl of commercial real estate. I mean, that's like the who's who of the game out there, you know? So, I mean, it's, I don't know, 30,000 people were out there. It's usually bigger, but I think the pandemic's kind of slowed everything. Yeah. Basically, it's a huge trade show, and then so every state is represented out there, basically. Yeah. And then every state basically has a hotel they stay at and then a party associated with that state. In our state, the state of Maryland was the one who really started the big party. This guy, Howard Perlow, man, he's been doing this thing now for like 40 years, and it's huge. I mean, I bet they spend millions of dollars on this party. I mean, it's a three-day event, pool party, basically, of just straight up deal making. Like I said, it's invite only. If you're in there, I mean, you're basically just sitting around a pool for 3 days doing deals.
Well, what's your go-to drink in the pool?
Oh, man, this time of year, vodka club with a lemon, dude. No limes with the club, vodka club with a lemon.
Dude, so
that's it.
Your go-to is a vodka club. You don't think, I mean, this right here, bubbly, this is sparkling water, so I can only imagine.
What is that? You got a little bit of the bubbly?
Yeah, so this is literally, like I said, I told you the slogan should be barely better than Diet Coke.
Okay.
Like, if you want to drink something healthy, I mean, I guess it's better. It's carbonated.
Yeah.
But I couldn't imagine that being. I mean, I could. Maybe it's a go-to. You don't like an orange crush?
Oh no, I love
crush. You know, like maybe a mojito.
Dude, I love mojitos. So I actually make some crazy mojitos. I'll make like a mojito salad, dude. Like I'll muddle anything in there. Watermelons, blueberries. I love mojitos, love orange crushes, love grapefruit crushes. You can crush pretty much anything. I crush it on you right now in that Gold's Gym shirt.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Crush on me, dude.
I mean,
listen,
you know.
Let's get it down. Let's get it popping.
You want to get it popping?
Yeah. Let's get it started so we can get this.
Welcome back, Daddy.
Yeah. Let's get into it. So,
we gonna get into it? Should we go and hit him with the intro?
Yeah, hit him with the intro.
What up, Daddy, and welcome back to the Prop Culture Podcast. I am your host, Matt Trader, and to my left, ladies and gentlemen, is my tag team partner in crime, not from Gold's Gym, not from parts unknown, but from right here in Salisbury, Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Mr. Shane Snoops, and today we are coming to you with a lot of energy. A lot of pizzazz, a lot of razzmatazz, a lot of razzle dazzle, as Maurice in the studio likes to say. But either way, welcome back, and we're gonna have a good show here today on Prop Culture, baby. I don't know what that was, but I just that was winging it.
Yeah, dude, that was a lot.
We coming with it, dude. That's that rock jock, baby.
Hey, that was a lot. You know what I mean, dude? We missed the last 3 weeks. Like, you've missed a lot in social events. Have you heard about the whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp stuff?
Man, you know, I know about it. I'm not like I don't know enough to sit here and have a full conversation about it like you do, so you could probably carry me on that. But I know about it. I've got my opinions on it. I probably don't want to share it with all of them.
Well, you just seen
on air.
You've seen that he won.
Yeah,
he won the. Well,
yeah, I saw he won.
Technically, he won and she won. She won $2 million or something, and he won 15, I think, or something.
Yeah,
something like that. But it's funny. The reason why I bring it up is the attorney that they had was so terrible. Her attorney, Amber Heard's attorney, was so terrible defending her. She went on Good Morning America and was like, the reason why we lost the case is not because of like lack of evidence or anything that's like sensible. She said that the jury was swayed by social media.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I could totally see that.
I mean, but it's wild to think that, it's for anyone watching that case outside looking in, you can see that the evidence that was produced through this case was actually, legitimate, that there was, they were both crazy people. They're crazy human beings.
Well, they're actors.
And they should,
not that there's anything wrong with actors, but I'm just saying.
If you dress up like a pirate for 15 years and have scissors on your hands, something is fucking wrong with you, okay? You wear eyeliner daily. So my point to it is, though, I think the part that I think is crazy is to think that how social media can sway everything. Because if you remember when when all this first came out, he was convicted in the court of public opinion before he even had a case, right? Because there was a movement going on at the time. And then now, fast forward to now, it's saying it's the reverse of that, right? And then they're saying because social media. So it's so funny because either way, you're saying social media has the power to sway anyone in any way, right?
It's true, yeah.
And either it's subliminally or subconsciously, because you watching the 15-second clip or the 10-second clip of somebody, and we've talked about it before, like the perception of people who have clout or whoever, and you see the average Joe walking off the street. And, but you'll see a video and they're, doing this or that. And it's like, what? I just seen you like 10 minutes ago, at Starbucks. Like, that's not who you are.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy how social media has kind of changed the landscape of literally everything.
Yeah.
Everything has changed.
No, it absolutely has. We've all, as I was talking to you the other day, man, it's like we've all become characters of ourselves in a way. We're all guilty of it. You watch me, although the half the goofy shit that I do on camera, I'm doing in real life, right? But I think everybody, wants to portray an image. There's really no middle ground. People are either complaining that their lives are terrible, everything's the worst. They're either attacking, an establishment for doing something terrible, or they're, promoting everything as the greatest thing ever, or telling everybody how great they are. Yeah. There's really no even keel to social media. It's just up and down. Like you said, perception really isn't all reality. So, honestly, I could see how social media plays a role in everything. So I could see where, it would pretty much determine that case. We've all become litigators. We're like digital litigators in a sense. Everybody on Facebook has a law degree. The minute anything comes out.
LeBron James said it best. He said all these basketball experts on Twitter, he was like, he's going to start his own podcast. He said it best, and I'm not a big LeBron James fan.
I get it. Yeah.
But there is a point of where people think they're more than an expert because they have the ability to go on social media and have the access to write an opinion. And I have the access to you, right? Yeah. I can at you, at Trader.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about commercial real estate. It's like, because I have that capability, I can do that. But before, nobody was walking around saying, this person's that or this. They had their opinions, but it's so crazy. Social media has just changed the whole landscape of everything for the good and for the bad.
It is.
Yeah. Because for the good, you got to think speed to like news. Like news gets out so much quicker now with Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff.
Twitter's like the police scanner of our generation. I call it the police scanner.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
because it's town hall. It's the town square. It's town square where everybody discussions are had, things are brought up, and everyone knows about everything on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which is good from an aspect that you have that access, but also there's a fine line of like limiting free speech.
Yeah.
like you taking it away and then giving it, right? Because there's just a fine line of like, where is that like red line where it's like you can't say this, but you can say that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's the hard part. And I wouldn't want to be behind that shit.
And the big thing is,
I mean, who would want... if that was my job to determine what was okay to say and what was not, like, that's a tough spot to be in no matter what. Like, I wouldn't want to be the guy who's like, well, this is... And obviously there's been bias. There has been... I mean, it's been documented. There's been bias on both sides where there's been blatant things of misuse of power in these companies because they're censoring certain things. But...
The media has always been used to sway the masses to some degree, politically, business, whatever it is. I mean, if you ever watch the movie, it's a great movie. It's an old movie called Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, and that is one of the most brilliant examples of how the media sways the masses. But this generation is probably even easier to sway because, number one, no offense to them, they're lazy. Yeah, they're lazy-minded because an ADHD. I think plays a big role in a lot of that. Oh, yeah. And it's a scrolling generation. So really all you have to do is craft the right headline to basically sway the opinion of the public in the Johnny Depp case or whatever case it is. So, you know, when they're scrolling through, most people just see the headline. They take that as reality. They don't read beyond the headline. Yeah. So it's easy to sway these people. It's just like what they'll do is, and I think we talked about this the other day too, they will take snippets of like a speech. No matter who it is, you know, Democrat, Republican, Fox News, CNN, whatever it is, both sides use the same strategy, and it's bullshit. They'll take a little snippet from a speech, they'll put that out there, and then the public who's too lazy to look beyond it or to go find the total speech will take that as, well, this is what he meant. Well, no, not really. If you listen to the 5 minutes before it and the 5 minutes after it, you know, you could figure out the context of what that little snippet actually meant. So, you know, we're just...
Well, it's just like highlights. It's just like, I mean, that's how, if you look at it, that's how SportsCenter and all this stuff came to existence. We started to get lazier when we didn't want to watch the full game. So we turned on SportsCenter. We turned on these channels because we don't have to... We no longer have to like sit there and watch the whole thing and go, okay, well, SportsCenter's on at 7 o'clock at night. And now think about it, you know, ESPN, FX Sports, or all that stuff, all the major networks, it's 24/7. And now you don't even have to wait. If you remember, you had to wait for those highlights to come up, right? You had to wait for the sports ticker and the highlights.
I love
now
it, man.
I can go on YouTube and be like, okay, because I'm a huge Bills fan. Yeah. So I'll watch Sunday. It's me and my father. We watch Bills game every Sunday, no matter, you know, what time it is. If I'm watching other games, and don't get me wrong, because I have the Sunday ticket, and don't even get me started about how DirecTV is monopolized off of that. And it's the only reason why I haven't been.
They would die. They would die without it. They would die without it.
Can Jeff Bezos or somebody please buy the Sunday ticket? Yeah. Like, please. Because I watch nothing else on DirecTV. Yeah. I only have that based on the fact that I watch Bills games, and that's it. And so they get a substantial amount of money. Because here's the worst part, too. They make you have a package that's a premium package. They don't let you get like a basic,
I have it.
Like, you can't get a basic package from DirecTV and then get Sunday ticket. Yeah. You have to have a premium package with premium channels.
I get it for free every year.
Yeah, do you really?
Yeah, what you do is you only sign up for, I shouldn't be saying that, but whatever, I don't really care at this point.
These are tips, right? Yeah,
so you only sign up for a year subscription at a time. Don't sign up for longer than that. At the end of the year, July, whatever it is, right? You come back and you basically are like, I'm going to leave, which honestly, if they don't give me the ticket, I will leave. Yeah. And then they say, well, okay, we're going to send you to your retention team because you've been with us for like 15 years. Yeah. So they send me to a retention team, and basically we're down to the drill at this point. Hi, Mr. Trader, would you like the Sunday ticket for free this year to stay on? Absolutely. So that's all you really got to do is just say, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to Comcast. I'm going to go cordless. Yeah. And then at that point, they're going to send you to a retention team, and then they're going to offer you, they're going to know what you watch. They've kept notes, and they're going to say, basically, would you like the ticket for free?
But see, you know, it's crazy, too. Think about this. Like, all of those, the channel, you know, Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff, their marketing is all internet-based. Yeah. It's all YouTube. It's all, clips. It's everything else. Like, they don't do anything that has to do with, like,
why would you?
If you didn't have a TV... You wouldn't, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because Netflix is going to get to, you know about Netflix. So they've done such a smart thing by just pounding the, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Social media, for what it's worth, if it's used appropriately, and properly,
Yeah.
dude, it's a huge marketing tool for people.
It's the new Nielsen ratings.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's what people don't get. Like I argue sports business all the time. So everybody's talking about ratings. Everybody wants, well, the NFL gets 100 million, NBA gets this or whatever it is. What people don't understand is that TV ratings are basically social media engagement is the new Nielsen rating.
Yeah.
That's why somebody like the NBA was like, oh my God, they're not getting the ratings. Well, they're getting ready to get a $75 billion TV media rights deal. And the reason why is because they dwarf, except for like soccer and like Formula One racing, they dwarf every sport in engagement globally. And so they're, because most of their demographic is young, because they've targeted the younger demographic.
They have a huge international demographic.
They get a billion views on Tencent.
Well, it's I mean,
crushing.
Well, because obviously, I mean, it's bigger than baseball too. Baseball has such a, like, the sad part is it's America's pastime.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, no one's watching baseball. I mean, it's just.
Well, see, the thing
is getting destroyed on social media.
Well, see, the thing is, this is what people love. People don't look. No matter what it is, sports, business, anything, you always have to look at your growth, right? Where your growth's coming from, and your growth is always younger. Because they're going to be, it's like we talk about with wrestling, right? You got to build younger.
Yeah.
So if you look at like baseball, the median age of the baseball viewer is 57 years old. 57. That's 8 years out of the key demo, right? Yeah. So look, well, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. This ain't, wait do you hear this?
Your median age.
The median age. This is crazy, right? The median age of a football fan is 47, right? Yeah. Now listen to this.
Yeah.
The median age viewer of the Super Bowl last year was 50 years old. 50. Yeah. That's not a great sign for the growth of football. Why do you think football is got programming on Nickelodeon right now? Because they recognize they've got to get younger.
Well, the CTE.
Now
stuff.
The NBA's median age is 37 years old.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, it's look at
the difference between the two. I mean, again, you're probably dealing with a larger sample size with NBA, but for football, because I'm an avid football.
I am too. I love football.
But CTE really, I mean, the brain stuff has to be figured out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's such a big deal.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of, they said, I think somewhere they said, like, it's actually safer to be an MMA fighter, to be
an
MMA or a boxer than it is to play football.
I heard that.
Like, which is wild.
Yeah.
You get punched in the face.
Yeah.
For a living. And that's safer than putting a helmet, shoulder pads, and all that stuff on. Like, that's wild.
MMA is huge, by the way. It's like it's like I think it's one or something like that. That's like one of the most socially engaged sports. And you think about all the personalities from MMA. Brandon Schaub, right?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Brandon Hudson, right here on this podcast, right? Yeah. These guys do move people, man. You know what I mean? So it's like,
there's just Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is a global icon.
Yeah.
And based on the fact that he got in the ring, beat some people up, but what he did outside of it, the antics, everything that he did, dude, I mean, he's set. He doesn't have to. He literally does not have to fight ever again. Yeah. But he does. I mean, when you're in that position, it's hard to tell. So it's just like football players, like with any sport. I think it's the competitive nature of people. They don't. If you're a competitor, you never want to walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, why is Tom Brady back?
Yeah.
Brady's back because he wants to go one more time.
Absolutely.
It didn't end the way he wanted it to end.
Yeah.
And who knows? It might not end it might end the same way last year did this year. But for him,
he's going back to the well.
Unfinished bit. Like he's like, I got one more shot at it, and I'm gonna do it. But no, it's just crazy to me. The social media stuff and the aspect of that case really surprised me because, like, you did see a lot of like clips, like YouTube clips, and all that kind of stuff of the case that was clipped down of like just making fun of Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, dude, she got just
these memes are hilarious.
Dude, Amber Turd, that was trending on Twitter. Like, Amber Turd was trending on Twitter. Like, that's devastating.
Where did that come from? Because he said, like, Johnny Depp, like, shit in her bed or something like that?
She shit in Johnny Depp's bed.
Or she shit in Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah, and then said it was a dog. And
I knew a kid in high school once shit in his parents' car because he was mad at him. That's a true story. I mean, I'm not gonna name names.
If you let a hot turd out in a car,
that's terrible.
on your parents.
Yeah, that's horrible, right? Yeah,
You are a psychopath, dude.
It's true story.
Dude, is he okay? Is he doing okay?
Yeah, we weren't. Yeah,
like,
but yeah, it's true story.
Dude, you get into a hot car, bro, and take a hot dump. Dude, what is wrong with you? That's wild. I mean,
I'll tell you what, the way this coffee's feeling right now, I might take a hot dump on this set today. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I mean, dude, if you shit your pants on this set, it could be a problem.
Yeah, that might be.
Here, listen.
We talked about piss with Roseberry. We'll be talking about shitting today,
Dude,
right?
what you do is, if you really, get an Al Capone cigarello, okay, and make sure it's filtered. You don't want the non-filtered. Hit one of those bad boys, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it's probably about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
After, dude, you'll be running to the bathroom.
Dude, it's funny you said.
You'll shit your pants.
Oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny you said that because we used to smoke the Prince Albert cigarellos.
Yeah.
With the tips on them.
Yeah.
And I used to call them Marv Alberts because it'd give you a spectacular move.
Yeah, dude. A bowel movement, dude.
I used to sit on the toilet at after lunch. In high school and sneak a Newport, and I'm telling you, it was some of the just most best epic shits of my life doing that, man.
Dude, a Newport. Here's a Newport. Not only gave you a different level of a head buzz, but it was a different feeling when you shit too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a Newport that they should rebrand. You know what I mean? Dude, I've come up with a rebranding, dude.
What would it be? What would it be?
We shit different, we shit different, dude. Because
Newport, we shit different.
Yeah, this shit's different. Because let me tell you something. You hit, especially, aren't they trying to outlaw menthol and shit in cigarettes?
Yeah, why?
Dude,
I mean, I don't smoke no more, but
First
man,
off,
dude.
you're taking away the only thing that's good about smoking.
Yeah.
Dude, if somebody's out here smoking a red, you're a crazy person.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you,
Dude,
man.
I had a guy who, this is a true story. I worked out as a lifeguard as a pool. And this dude, he would smoke probably a pack of reds a day in the chair.
Just blazing reds.
Dude, because we were at the worst fucking pool. And my man would just.
Was he lifeguard? Was this a lifeguard?
He was a lifeguard.
He was lifeguard and smoking reds?
And dude, first off, you gotta let me tell you something. There's something to be said about the cats that can keep the cigarette in their mouth.
Yeah.
And just smoke it and not pull it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They can drag it while they're just hitting it like. Dude, that's impressive. And they talk too.
Drag kings.
And
we called them drag kings.
And listen, and the thing's flopping around, and dude, that ash is getting longer and longer, and it still don't pop.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's something to be said about those guys. You know, shout out to them. We should have a competition for those guys.
That's good.
You know what I mean? How long can we get your ash while, you're smoking a Newport or a Marlboro Red?
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean? So, winner gets a cowboy hat.
Winner gets a cowboy hat.
Dude, authentic cowboy boots, you know?
You think about how genius the branding of Newport was, though. It's basically the Nike symbol upside down. I mean, it's pretty genius.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's the Nike symbol upside down. Look at it. Yeah. I mean, that subliminally is just a look at it. Yeah.
Is this true?
Subliminally, it is a brilliant, brilliant marketing scheme.
I mean, I thought it was it's brilliant to have a cowboy.
Yeah.
In the when did it come out? When did Marlboro come out? 70s, 60s, 70s?
Yeah.
So you have a cowboy on there, right?
Yeah.
And don't they call the Reds cowboy killers?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, dude, right there.
But dude, you
want a cowboy killer?
But you're talking about influence in the media and swaying the masses. Think about coming out of the Great Depression, how tobacco was used to pull us out of those trying times. I mean, and the influence with tobacco, I mean, they were like, families sitting around smoking in front of their kids. Dude. Merry Christmas, smoke a cigarette. Dude, Lucille Ball, all the shows they smoked. I mean, they
were trying to stave off hunger. They were like, we'll smoke a pack of Marlboro so we don't have to eat. Dude, what they were doing.
But think about it, man. They made
drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes because they were like, we can't have food. We don't have food. So what do we do? Because, dude, I popped I don't know if you've done any of the nicotine pouches.
I don't like them, man.
Dude, nicotine pouches,
they make my head spin. I never like them.
If you want to cut
No
a
offense to
little bit
anybody
of
who does.
appetite out,
Yeah.
maybe it's one of those days where you can only have so many calories, or pop a little nicotine pouch in.
Yeah.
It'll do the trick.
All right.
It'll do
I
the
don't
trick.
want one,
You're
but
trying to
yeah.
lose some lbs, nicotine.
That's what you're doing to lose pounds. So
No, I
you can
mean-
look shredded. This is a bad.
No, don't
bad.
do that. No,
if
I
you
don't
want to look
co-sign-
shredded like Shane,
Don't do that.
get yourself a nicotine patch
Dude, I
or
don't co-sign to any of that.
Yeah.
Don't do anything of that nature. because-
Newport 100.
Yeah.
And you can look like this.
Yeah, if you smoke Newport 100s regularly, you can do
Yeah.
this. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
but think about it. But think about the influence that the media played. I mean, they basically were killing a generation of people by promoting
wouldn't you
cigarettes.
rather-
And people
dude,
thought it was
first of all,
great.
I would rather smoke a cigarette though now than watching these people fucking vape. Gosh, damn it, that is annoying. Just smoke.
Yeah.
Let me get you a cigarette and just go ahead and hit that bad boy. Light it up.
You don't like the vape.
Why are you doing dude? You're doing something like half cocked, which you know nothing about.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know nothing about
Yeah.
it. There's no studies on it. And I'm not saying I'm not the big dude. I can barely read, okay? So I'm not sitting here you need to have all the science behind it. But we know what cigarettes do.
Yeah.
We know what tobacco and nicotine does.
Yeah.
You don't know what that vape does.
That is true. That's a
You know
good
what I mean?
point.
And then the other thing is you're walking in and a dude's smoking a USB port inside, and it's like, I got a banana blueberry pancake flavor.
This motherfucker
What
said
the
smoking
fuck
a
is that,
USB port now.
Dude, what is that?
Smoking a US. That's mad. No,
Dude,
I'm done after that one.
You're talking about marketing to kids. You have gummy bear flavored USB ports that you're sending out on the streets, dude. I can tell you as a kid, you're not hitting a Newport 100 unless you're from Russia. Dude, you're in Russia, you're hitting a Newport 100. You're hitting dude, your struggle starts when you come out. So you're smoking immediately, okay?
Yeah.
But in America, there's a 0% chance you're unless you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is maybe 1%. I can't speak to it, but
Yeah.
But here's the thing: you're talking about marketing to kids. They're out here like a lasagna flavored fucking vape. What shit is? What is this? Is this Willy Wonka? They're making shit that's like a 3-course meal to smoke. Dude, it's
I've got
wild.
a golden Newport.
Dude,
I've got a
it's-
golden
It's
Newport.
so wild, man.
Willy Wonka, he says.
And this is it's crazy too.
Motherfuckers out here on that Augustus gloop.
Dude, yeah, and people are out there, hitting the thing, and then they're doing tricks and shit, and
Yeah.
what happened to just smoking?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to a regular smoke break? I don't need you to do three loops and have an airplane fly through them because you've made it. I don't need to see that. Just smoke the cigarette. Just
Yeah.
smoke. You know what I mean? What happened to the normal shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
These are snorting hard drives.
Yeah, dude, that's just weird to me. It's just, that's what I'm saying. I don't,
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to sound like the old man, but gosh damn, when I see it, I'm like, go out, listen, go on the boardwalk. I challenge you, go on the boardwalk, and even though you can't vape or smoke, everyone has a USB and they're smoking it and they're hitting it underneath,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
step off the boardwalk, okay? Go get behind that little trash can, okay? Break out, a cigarette and smoke it up like a real fucking human. What are we, fucking robots
man.
now? Dude, fucking Jeff Bezos is slowly replacing us with computers, dude. People are
Yeah.
becoming computers at this point.
We are. Everybody, we're all a slave to the devices. And that's why the influencers have all the control and can sway the masses like we were talking about on things like the Amber Heard case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing about influencers, and this is what's wild, is most of these people you don't want to, why would you want to be like some of these people?
Yeah. Well,
They're not
yeah.
good fucking people.
Yeah. I'm sure some of them are.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
Dude,
I mean,
Jeff
yeah.
Bezos, I bet, is a piece of shit.
Whoa, that's a hot take.
Come on, dude.
Well, so much for the Amazon sponsorship.
Listen, hold on. Let's be honest. When you have that much money,
Yeah.
you can be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's being real.
I guess if you want to be that way, I don't.
Dude, first off, I mean,
if you want, who wants to die a billionaire piece of shit?
But like
I don't.
Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk really hasn't done anything wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could say from either side of the aisle, he's whatever.
Yeah.
But fucking everyone hates him because he bought Twitter now.
Yeah.
Why? He was making electric cars.
Yeah.
Trying to save the earth. He was blasting fucking spaceships in the air.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's like, hey, I got fuck you money.
Yeah.
Immediately buys Twitter, and everyone's like, he's such a piece of shit. He's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have that much money,
you're right.
Be a piece of shit. Like, I'm not saying like...
I get what you're saying.
Like, the perception... I'm saying you can be perceived as a piece of shit. It doesn't matter.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying... And I mean, there are dirtbags that have money. There are. I mean, no doubt. But I don't think those dudes are on social media.
Yeah.
They're a little older.
Yeah.
But the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk of the world, they have so much money. Dude, they can do whatever they want, and people are going to say whatever they want about it. And there's not
I get
shit
what you're
you
saying.
can do.
Yeah.
There is not shit. If you think those dudes are looking at their Twitter timeline or their Instagram and being like, oh, this dude from fucking Des Moines, Iowa said I'm a piece of shit because I bought Twitter. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, he's waking up and he has a dinosaur egg next to him.
A dinosaur egg.
Dude,
Does he really have a dinosaur egg?
If you have that much bread, why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
I mean, answer that. If you have that much money, why wouldn't you have a dinosaur egg?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd have, remember the episode of the Chappelle Show when they did it when he was like, welcome to my crib, baby. This is the only egg, and then he cracks it and he eats the dinosaur. Oh, it's cracking, and he kills it. That's exactly like
you see this fur coat.
Yeah,
straight panda. Yeah. Hulk Hogan choked one out for me in Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you have that much money,
I know what you mean.
That's the part that I'm saying is when you have that much money, that's the shit that people actually do. Like they're like, yeah, Hulk Hogan came here and wrestled,
but.
I mean, dude, what's his name? Kim Jong-un or whatever. Didn't he pay for Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
And like 93 fucking the 94 All-Star team to go play like the North Korean team and lose.
I think the main thing is kind of trying to find out, trying to cipher who's real, who's not nowadays. Because there's so much influence out there. It's hard to kind of figure that out. You know what I mean? Like, what's real and what's not? Do we know? Are we real right now? You know what I mean? Like, I like to think we are because I know us. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the biggest part of social, at least for me, I went off of social media for like a month.
Yeah.
And what was like the amazing part, the crazy part for me is like, how many people asked me if I like blocked them?
Yeah.
They were like, yo, did you block me? And I'm like, no, I didn't block you. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just turned my Facebook off. Like, and because I told you, I don't have Instagram. I don't have any of the other social media shit.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you blocked? No. I'm like, no, I didn't. But it was so weird because like being present in the moment actually was so helpful.
Yeah.
Like, when you're in a doctor's office, when you're sitting down, it's so easy to go into your, look at your phone and start scrolling. And being like, just like looking for the daily gossip, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or looking at whatever, somebody else's problems. But then like actually seeing people, like live human people. And then what's crazy is seeing those people, interacting with those people, and then say, within 24 hours logging on.
Yeah.
And then seeing what they post, completely different human beings.
Yeah.
Completely different human beings.
Yeah.
And it's all because everyone's trying to posture to be somebody they're not.
Yeah.
But it also comes down to being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Dude, like it takes a long time to be comfortable with who you are. It's just
absolutely
that's a fact of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anybody who says the most arrogant human being on this earth is still not as confident enough to do certain things. You know what I mean? Because you still have insecurities, you still have that stuff. But I think it's just social media has made this such a sore for a lot of people that they rely on it to make them feel better, and they don't live that life.
Yeah.
They don't live like that. That's not how they live. You know, that's not how they're doing things. That's not how they say that because they want to be perceived as a part of the in crowd.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, be you.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing. Like, when you meet somebody in person, you know, you walk in, you go, man, I like that dude. He's a genuine dude. I fuck with him. Like, you typically don't, if you're basing somebody on face, and that's the funny thing is, when somebody goes, oh, did you meet them on whatever? Did you see their Facebook? And everyone always goes verbatim. You can't trust anything you see on there.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Because now it's became such a point where people are like, oh, you're basically making yourself the best version of yourself.
Yeah. And
you're hiding all of your flaws, which make you human, which actually makes people you're more likable.
Everybody's got a mask though. I mean, like, you know, when you go out in public, for say, you know, you're not going to walk in and just start, you know, you don't try to project as like the ugliest, worst person in the room with the worst life. You know, you're trying to project as something, you know, better, not wear your emotions on your sleeve. Facebook's made it even worse. You know, Facebook's made it easier to hide and easier to put that mask out there. So I get totally what you're saying.
When we walk in here, like when we walk in on Mondays, you know, our interactions with everybody in the studio is very genuine.
Yeah,
we're very genuine. You know, it's not based on this or that. You know, but that's how I like to live my life. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna judge you based on. You could make a Facebook post to be like, I'm a fucking baller. Yeah. And I'm out here and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Because I've met you, I know who you are. You don't have to put on for me. Yeah. You know, I don't give a shit.
Dude, it's funny because we were talking about this in like one of the first episodes. And, you know, and I was talking about how for the longest time it was hard for me to show people who I am behind closed doors and the goofy shit that I like to do behind closed doors. Yeah. Because, you know, I had to project this, hi, I'm Mr. Real Estate Guy and I've got my suit on and all this bullshit, right? But, you know, my thing was when I started what I was doing was to show everybody this is who I really am. You like it, you don't like it, I don't give a fuck, right? Excuse my language, but that's the truth. You know what I mean? Go do business with somebody else. You don't like me, but this is who I am. But you know, and that's what we need. We need that more and more. We need people to feel comfortable with doing that.
Well, I think business is evolving to where people do business with people based on, like, okay, again, social media has helped marketing, right? Yeah. But here's the thing, like, that dude still has to show that girl or guy still has to show up to that doorstep and be that same person that they felt, you know, that person got that feeling from. Yeah. And the sad part is not many people can do that. Yeah. Right? Because it's hard to have human on human interaction if that's not what you're used to. Yeah. If you're not used to being that person in the room with people, then it doesn't come across genuine, right?
I do want to be intellectually honest though for a minute. Even the things I do now is guarded to a degree. You know what I mean? I'm still watching. I try to watch what I say and what I do to a degree. So you don't really get the full trader all the time. So you know what I mean? I don't consider myself a character. I consider myself a caricature of myself. Dude, you know what I mean? On social media.
I'm rocking 4-inch shorts right now with
I noticed.
Like with spandex underneath and a Gold's Gym shirt. Yeah. Like, remember when we were like, oh, we're going to dress up for this podcast? I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to be me. Yeah. Like, and this is me. I wear wild shit all the time. Yeah. This is who I am. This isn't an act. You know what I mean? This is what I like to do.
I know that. I know that well.
But that's just, again, that comes from being over time of just being like, dude, I'm tired of always trying to fit into a box. Yeah. When I got into real estate, like you said, it was always like, you got to fit into this box. Yeah. You got to do this. And like people thought I was crazy for even wanting to do property management. Yeah. Or make it a profession. They were like, what is wrong with you? Yeah. Because you can sell real estate and make more money. Yeah. And it's like, well, listen, I live off the method of like, you stack your, like, my piggy bank, I'm going to collect all the coins on the ground while you chase after these big deals. And we'll end up the same way. I might have had to work harder to get there, but trust me, it'll be more gratifying for me. And that's like, 7-8 years later, I've I look back on it, I'm like, that's the best decision I made.
Oh, it was a residual play.
Yeah, it was the best decision I ever made because it was like those same people are like, oh my gosh, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's like, yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Because I wasn't in a rush to chase after the big paycheck or this or that. I wanted to build something that was different. And
but people chase influence though. People chase the big paycheck. They chase the shiny object.
Real estate's starting to become really fucking like full of bullshit influencers.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is everyone thinking they're a motivational speaker now?
Yeah.
Dude, you sell fucking residential homes for a living. Calm down. Unless you're doing big numbers.
Yeah.
Big numbers. Don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's cats in our game that have earned that stripes.
Exactly. I agree with that. Yeah.
Those stripes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To do that. Because they've put in the work, the time, the energy, and their numbers show.
Yeah.
But for some reason, cats will literally be in real estate for like a year, and they're out here like, if you want to be a baller, shot caller, you got to wake up and hustle.
It is true, though.
10 toes down. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
And they're all just regurgitating the same bullshit, basically.
Same shit. It's like, what are you talking about, dude?
I'm with you.
It's crazy to me, dude. Get a fucking light. Go. Here's something. Go fucking make a phone call.
Yeah.
Okay. Go call some more people.
Dude, it's funny. It's funny.
You're
you said
the
that.
hottest real estate market in the fucking
Yeah.
in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And you're worried about making a Facebook post in your first year or second year of real estate. And you're talking about how you're a fucking baller.
Yeah.
Dude, get the fuck over yourself.
But that's where the game's at. That's what people think.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just saying, that's crazy to me. Because I look at certain cats that have earned that
Absolutely.
stripes, and you go, they've earned that. And actually, me and Maurice were talking about it before he came in. Brandon Brittingham was on the $1 million conference or whatever, and he was we were talking about how, like, what was the experience like, all that stuff, because he was down there shooting, and he was like, man, it was such a great experience, all this stuff, and Maurice and I have both worked with Brandon for years, you know what I mean? So, we were talking about, it's different, this and that, and those are the guys that you talk about in the industry where they've done it for such a long period of time. You have to respect the fact that they've just hustled to the point where they got where they are, But I'm talking, these fucking new age dude. The thing I don't get is like
there's so much lack of original content and original words. It's like you said, the guy at the top will say one thing, and the next thing you know, everybody's basically just cut and pasting it or going to the thesaurus and finding the right synonym so they don't look like they're totally plagiarizing what the top guy said, but they basically are. And they're telling you the same shit over and over again. Next thing you know, your news feed's run over by 20,000 so-called fucking motivational speakers.
Well,
it's just true.
In residential real estate, that's the problem. Like,
that's not just no. Hold on a minute. In fairness to it's not just, it's everything. It's all types of business I see this in.
Really?
It's not just real estate.
No, well, here's the problem.
I'll tell you what, in my game, D.Wade came. Now, look, I love D.Wade, right?
Yeah.
And this speaks to what you're saying. So they hired D.Wade to be the keynote speaker of the ICSC convention I went to in Vegas. Fucking D.Wade. I love D.Wade. Marquette, I've been rolling with D.Wade forever.
Yeah.
People were flocking to see this. And don't get me wrong, look, man, I get it, but we didn't go. Like, we were like you said, I was like, why am I going to literally leave an event with the biggest players in our industry where I can network and I have FaceTime with them for hours to basically spend 2 hours going over to the convention center to hear D.Wade give a keynote speech? You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, I'm going to lose that time potentially doing deals to go hear somebody tell me what? What's he going to tell me? I'm already fucking motivated. You ain't motivating me anymore.
Unless you can tell me why you collapsed in the 2011 finals against the Mavericks, I ain't got no love for you, dog.
And I love D.Wade.
No fucking love for you, dog. I fucking rode with you so hard. The big three that year, I rode so hard. I was in Cancun, Mexico, watching the 7-game series. I rode so hard, and you guys collapsed on me. You guys collapsed. Unless you're answering that question, D.Wade,
I don't want to go that much into this. And I defend LeBron a lot. I actually blame LeBron more than D.Wade for that. But I don't want to go into that.
No, but I'm just saying, don't want to hear.
But what I'm saying is people would rather, and I think it's the generation of, I don't want to sit there and try to beat the video game. I want to get on YouTube to show me how to beat the video game. Yeah. So this young generation has grown up with that kind of mindset. So they would rather go and sit and listen to people tell them how to be successful. And not just, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good people who speak a lot of good things and can tell you how to be successful that you should listen
there's
to.
Knowledge.
You need coaching. You need that stuff.
To you.
But they would rather spend hours doing that than just go fucking grind it out. You know, when I came into the game, I had no training. My broker said, here are the keys, go learn how to drive the car. And if you got any problems, you come talk to me. And that's what he preaches. Just pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Relentlessly cold call.
Failure.
Relentlessly. Failure. Yeah.
Failure is the
you
biggest
gotta
key to
do,
success.
man.
Because you have to experience it.
Yeah.
You have to experience someone cussing you out and being like, don't ever call my fucking phone again. You're a loser.
Yeah.
Because you then understand what it's like to hear that, and then you, if you're smart, and again, maybe not. I shouldn't say smart because you can be fucking stupid and sell real estate. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not rocket science here. Anybody who's trying to pitch this like it's rocket science, it's not. You just have to work hard to do it. You just have to work hard. But anyways, so in order to do that, if you listen and you actually pay attention to what you did to get that conversation the way it was, and you play it back, and you go, well, I should have done this. I could have done this better. And then each time you make that phone call, you get better at talking to someone and communicating with someone.
Exactly.
And communication is key. And that's where the lack of being able to communicate and trying to no owner or of a home or anybody gives a shit about 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Okay? Humbleness is whatever. They don't care. Can you sell their house in under 30 days or less? That's all they care about.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me to think that, like you said, there's a lot of people that they hear it online, so they regurgitate it.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like a multi-level marketing thing where they're like regurgitating what they've heard so they can tell their friends and be like, yo, your circle's this and that. It's like, dude, my fucking circle is full of everyone.
Yeah.
And I love genuine people, man. If you're genuine, you're in my circle. If you're my boy, or girl, you're in my circle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about your success, because success to me is defined differently than most people, right? Success is being happy. Yeah. Success to me is, are you happy in your present day? It's not about money, and that's where people get caught up with the whole asphyxiation of like, well, money makes you successful. No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
Because I've seen the most successful people be unhappy. And, they could win $10,000 and they'd still be unhappy. They could go walk in a casino and win $100,000. And I've seen them walk out and be disappointed, be sad, because it's not a million. Yeah. Like, those people are never happy that are chasing that. Like, the most successful people truly in life are the ones that are happy with what they have in that moment. Yeah. In that time.
I'm with you, man.
And that's the crazy part.
I'm with you. That's my grandfather was probably one of the biggest influences of my life. And at almost every family event, he stood up and he said, I'm the richest man in the world. And my grandfather made a great living, but he never meant that because of money. He meant it because of family. And he always told me, he was like, try to be comfortable and try to take care of your family, your grandkids, that kind of stuff. Yeah. He never said go out and try to be the billionaire and all that stuff. Which, look, I mean, if somebody gives me $1 billion, I can turn it down, right? But in fairness to what he was trying to tell me was just enjoy and appreciate life, and try to be comfortable, because the more money, more problems, just like Biggie said. Yeah. And he told me a story one time, right? So he owns a trucking company. He owned a trucking company in Delmar, right? And New Penn, Wilson, all these other carriers were getting real big at the time. Yeah. And they all came to him and they said, Joe, we want you to grow with us. We want you to keep grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And he was like, he refused to do it because he said, number one, if I grow too much, I can't service my core, the people who put me where I was. I want to be able to service my core to the best of my ability. People who were there with me when I started, and He said, I didn't want more problems because more problems cause more stress. And he said, do you know what happened to all those guys? I said, no, what happened? He said, all their companies grew real big. They were huge. He said, but do you know where they are right now? This is from a 92-year-old man. He said, do you know where they are right now? I said, no, Pop, where are they at? He said, they're all dead and I'm still alive, taking care of my family. And I've never forgotten that, dude. So you can't alienate your core to try to grow. You know what I mean? If you got to grow, but keep the core tight. That's very important.
I think,
in my opinion.
I think in you're spot on. You're 100% spot on.
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to everything in life, if you are, don't get me wrong again, I would love to have $1 billion just like anybody else.
Absolutely. I'm not turning out $1 billion.
Because money does rule the world. Money does rule the world. It does. In order to do things in this world, you have to have money.
Yeah.
In order to drive here, you have to have it. In order for this studio to open up, have to have money. You know, you have to have money to do these things.
Yeah.
So that's not but the point I'm making is, if you have, how much is enough? And that's only defined by the person who's sitting in that chair. How much is enough?
So, you know, it's funny because people always talk about financial freedom and how money gives you freedom. And it does. It can free your time up. And time is our most precious commodity, right? We talked about that before. But the one problem is when you are constantly chasing money and there is never enough, you're almost a slave to the money. So you're never going to be happy because no matter what you get, you're still going to be chasing that thing that you can't get.
Well, it's just like I said.
So you're not really free. You're not free.
You become an addict to that game. It's gambling.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna go play roulette. I'm gonna throw $100,000 on the table. Oh, I won $100,000 this time. You got the biggest high. Now you go back and you only win $10,000.
Yeah.
You're not as it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Because you're chasing something that's never gonna be tracked down. You're never gonna get it. And I learned that. Actually, that was one of the first things I learned down here. Was do not pay attention to your commission checks.
Yeah.
Do not pay attention to them because they will fluctuate.
That's good advice.
And they will, because one month you'll have X.
Yeah.
And the next month you might have this. And you might get into your feelings. You might be like, damn.
I do like calculating that commission though.
No, but the thing is,
I'm gonna be honest.
You cannot think about it that much because it's just like the analogy of gambling. It's like, okay, that month, you might have had a record month.
Yeah.
But what happens next month if it's not a record month?
Yeah.
Are you down in the dumps? Do you want to quit real estate? Do you want to quit?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? So it's again, you got to be comfortable with who you are, and you got to block out all the other stuff. And that's where, like, being on social media, you would think, man, with the amount of these motivational speakers, dude, we have about 9,000 billion-dollar agents running around here now. But when you pull the numbers, half of them haven't even done 3 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In production. It's like,
and
to me, it's like, I'm not judging anybody based on that. And I don't care about that. You got to hype yourself up, whatever. But that's you. Hype yourself up. Don't be out here talking shit to everybody else. Yeah. Because I ain't doing, you just look like a clown.
Yeah. And I will be fair. I will be fair to a lot of these guys, though. I will be fair. It is good to preach, motivation and to tell people to try to do better and to try to further their.
But
in fairness,
better,
I'll just I get it. I get it. I'm just trying to be a little bit fair.
In the jail cell,
but you and I we're total agreement.
Dude,
I'm just trying to be fair. That's all.
I mean, don't be like, dude, don't drink milk and fucking have a glass of milk in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's just stupid.
Yeah.
You look fucking dumb, and at the end of the day, it does nothing to better your brand.
Yeah.
Your brand should be making sure that you as a person, if you want to market yourself, the biggest thing you can do is not tell everybody what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep yourself mysterious. Keep yourself, okay, I do this. This is what I do. Not 10 toes down, hustling all day.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, whatever dumb shit. Fill in the slogans that have came out in the last 5 years. That's the only thing is, do you?
Yeah.
People are more concerned. If you are good at your job, people will find you.
I agree. And
people will find
you. People recognize real. People see through that shit. So like you said, do you, be original. You know what I mean? Like that's the
and stop getting on there and preaching shit. Just go on there, maybe preach something about being a better family man, or being a better son, being a better daughter. Do something different. Do something that's outside of this world. Because I'm tired of seeing the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. It's
like you ever seen Good Will Hunting?
Yes.
Okay. One of the best scenes from Good Will Hunting is when they're in the bar, and the guy's sitting there trying to impress the girls with regurgitating the same stuff that he read in the textbook.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to embarrass Will.
Yeah.
And he comes over and he's trying to embarrass him. Will's like, I know you saw that and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You know, poli-sci 101.
Yeah.
Next month you're going to talk about this, and this. And then the guy comes back and he's like, oh, yeah, well, you're going to be poor working for me someday. And he hit him with the greatest line ever. He said, yeah, but at least I won't be unoriginal. That's was the great, to me, that was the greatest comeback ever. Because at the end of the day, like, you can die a billionaire and just be one of the masses, right? Or you could be original. People are going to remember you. It's all about, in my opinion, what are people going to remember you by?
People earn,
and money doesn't make you necessarily remember more than others.
All I'm saying
that's
is
just why I look at
dude.
it.
Earn your stripes.
And then Ben Affleck came in and said, my boy's wicked smart.
Wicked hard pisser. No, you know what, dude? All I'm saying is earn your stripes, man.
I'm with you, man.
That's all I'm saying is earn your stripes. If you are really that good, you don't need to go on there and tell people that.
But like you said, there are tons of guys who are in a place to be delivering that message.
That's what I'm saying.
They've earned it.
There's a ton of people that,
I'm with you, 100%.
That deserve to be on that stage, deserve to have that platform to speak and to talk, and they've earned it. They've earned that right.
Yeah.
But what devalues those guys is the same fucking dudes regurgitating their stuff.
Yeah.
That hasn't been successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like the Grant Cardone fact. You know what I mean? Like, I always say I use him as the example.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because Grant will go on and say all these things, right? And then you'll see 30 people use Grant stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, but you're not Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Daddy, like, you're nowhere close to
you ain't the nature boy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even close to him. So why are you doing that to yourself? You're putting yourself, that's what I'm saying, you're putting yourself in a box by doing that. Being original and just saying, I'm cool with being this dude right here in this lane, and not trying to be Grant Cardone-esque or whoever, but being yourself will get you way further in life.
Yeah.
Because there is only one of you.
Yeah.
There's one.
And I will be intellectually honest about the conversation again with myself. I always like to play devil's advocate with myself. No, because
let me go back to being.
No, I am. I like to be honest with myself.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I talk about I didn't run over to see D.Wade, but if like Jay-Z or Eddie Vedder was speaking, now I might have been in there. I wouldn't have been sitting there like, hey, look at me or nothing. But I would have probably been over there just because I think everybody's got a price. Everybody's got somebody that they would like to hear. So I understand where people would want to do that and want to hear certain people speak.
Sometimes there are speakers that have quality things to. I went to a conference, and this was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And this was in Charleston with Brandon, and it was for Boomtown. They have this thing, and they rent out the whole city in Charleston. And I remember there was a guy that came on. He was like the head of Google or something. I forget everything about it because, I mean, to be honest with you, my brain is legitimately noodle at this point. It's in a pretzel. It's Monday. But I remember him saying that Zillow was coming.
Yeah.
He came on stage and was like, Zillow is coming for the real estate market. And this was like 3 years ahead of, he had forecasted it, basically saying the Redfins and all these companies are coming to take real estate over.
Yeah.
Now, he was not wrong. They tried it.
Yeah.
They just failed miserably.
Yeah.
Because, like they said at the conference, you'll never be able to take the personal aspect out of real estate.
Yeah.
And the moment you do, it's over.
I agree. But look, we could go into that. We can go into a lot of things. I tell you what, we've been talking about influence a lot. I mentioned a couple people that, have influenced me. And I think there's a longer conversation to have about maybe the influence that you grew up with, the influence I grew up with, maybe how those things shaped our lives and why they've made us the people who we are today. And maybe we talk about that on a follow-up episode. Maybe there's a long conversation because we are getting
5 influencers that we have growing up.
Yeah, I think we just talk about that. I mean, whether it's a family member, whether it's a musician, I think that's a good conversation to have speaking of conversations, our conversation is pretty much up for today. We're going to try to stick to the timeline. We're appreciating you guys to always stick with us here on Prop Culture, right, good, bad, or indifferent. We love everyone out there, and we've definitely got our opinions. And well, that's pretty much it. Shane, you got anything else to say?
Man, we killed it today. We crushed it. We came in today. We had we've been off. We've been jet lagged for 3 weeks. So sorry if we rambled a little bit about some shit today.
That's it, brother. I love you. We'll see y'all next time right here only on Prop Culture. See ya.